another video for you guys. So this video is going to consist of a breakdown on gold that I executed on during last night's London session. I was out of the trade by around like 3 a.m. Price wasn't really moving as I expected, and price ended up reversing, which is a good thing. I exited that trade, but I'm going to be covering how I entered the trade, when I entered the trade, why my bias was what it was, and then how I was pretty much going about managing the trade, and why I took a loss on one account, why I didn't execute on the other, and pretty much just a full breakdown since I am managing a few accounts. So we'll hop right into it, and then I'll break that down for you guys. And then if you guys want just a little bit more of an idea of what I was looking for and how I was pre-analyzing the market, then you guys could definitely watch my previous video, since I did post a breakdown for that, man. But we'll go ahead and hop right into this. So pretty much for those that are new to this setup that I'm about to explain, my current bias was sales. Now the reason being sales was because we are testing this higher low point based off your daily time frame as support. So we had price push up right in here, and then price push down, and then maintain support around this 2620 level. So from your daily to your hourly time frame, you see here based off your hourly time frame, you do have minor higher low points, higher low, higher low. Then we got a break of this counter trend line opportunity. So once we got the break and then we got the lower high, at this point I'm looking for sales in confluence with these blue random lines, because these blue random lines pretty much represent a bearish transition in the market. So once we got this first lower high, then the second lower high point, going into London session for Monday to Tuesday, I was trying to execute sales right in here around 2609, which were very short-lived and they didn't last long, which is why I took a minor loss on my accounts and tried making it back off these buy opportunities. So my initial point for sales was once we got like this triple top formation. So you had a 1, 2, and then kind of like a triple top. This would have probably been more valid if I waited for it to come and then hit into this yellow zone. Then we could have definitely seen this push maybe a little stronger to the downside. But my main sell opportunity was like right in here. And like I said, it was very short-lived. I maybe seen about 35 pips, but I was expecting more, so I didn't close out in profit. And then that trade did result in a loss. It resulted in a loss on my funding pips account, which I took a negative 2.6% loss, which is only me putting down 1% on the week. So thankfully I had made 1.6% on Sunday, but I gave that back plus 1 more percent yesterday, so I didn't execute any more trades on that account, just because that would be breaking my rules of having a 2% max daily risk cap for myself. So funding pips, I took a loss. I did take a loss as well on both my pick funded accounts, but once I seen price pretty much begin to have a buyer's bias, I adapted to the market and I was able to execute 2 positions, one on each account for this trade opportunity. Now the reason for that is because if we see here based off of daily time frame, so once daily broke below this daily support around 2620 levels, we broke below, price played up, giving us like this could be like a bullish pin bar. Then we had this daily candle bearish doji, and then another bullish. So we had support form around 2610 based off your daily time frame. So once price on Monday's candle closed bearish into the zone, I went down to the smaller time frames where we were seeing like these minor higher low opportunities form. So your hourly formed the higher low, then pretty much came back to test this area and it held. So once I seen that, as my sell positions were not playing out, it kind of seemed valid for buys to push above this support level, based off this area to your left here, to then get back to the upside where these lower highs were formed on the top side. So let's go down to our 15-minute time frame. So on our 15-minute time frame, we see here we got a minor break of resistance right in here, tested, had 2 more candles pushed to try and break, and then after this, so this took about an hour to form. We had this strong 30-minute bearish or strong 15-minute bullish candle. I was on my 5-minute time frame. So on my 5-minute time frame, once we had like these minor two higher low opportunities right in here. So this one and then this one, I did execute buys after we had this strong bullish candle above this level, with my stop loss of being below that level of resistance. Because if price were going to come back down here, then more likely than not, we're going to respect this so-called support as resistance right in here, and then follow suit and then come down, which that didn't happen. So this buy position was beautifully executed, because I didn't really see drawdown. Price just continued to rally right after my entry. I did close on that position after we got to like this next level of support that was broken, and I executed with about a 1-to-1 risk to reward. Had about a 40 pip stop loss and a 50 pip TP. And for that one, on my pick funded account, one account was able to close with 1.4%, and then the second one I closed maybe a little bit earlier, and I closed with a 0.05% gain on that account, which was nice. And then as far as my two top tier accounts, I had a $300 gain on this one, just because I did take a loss on the sell, and then when I took the buy, I pretty much made back my loss plus a little bit more, so it just put me a little bit in the green for the day. And then for my other top tier account, I pretty much ended at break even, just because I did get back a little bit more of what I made on Sunday. And then I tried executing again, and it just didn't work out, and it ended up as a break even, because price was ranging, and I just didn't want to see price go the opposite direction. So I pretty much exited out of that trade to prevent a loss, to kind of let the other ones have a turn at hitting TP, and I wouldn't be trading so emotionally, and it allowed me just to have a clear image of what I was looking at, so I didn't distract myself from the overall projection of the trade opportunity. So for the most part, we are still counter trending bullish right now. So let me go ahead and delete all this right here, just so we have a clear idea of the way the market is going, since I already broke down my trade for the day, for Monday. So we'll leave that. Okay. So we see here that we are still counter trending. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna just delete everything and then kind of give like a new analysis of what I'm looking at, just based off daily close. We're about to get a yearly candle close as well, I believe. Monthly, 12 months. But we'll just go ahead and go down to the daily. So daily, we see here that price is still, so this area is kind of tough. Now the reason being is because we have this daily higher low. So price can honestly break above resistance and continue to rally back up to 2700, or price can be ranging to then come back up to this daily lower higher resistance to then give us that bearish push back to the downside to create a lower low. So we just have to be a little bit more careful in this area, because price could manipulate us and go the opposite direction if we're not on the right side of the market. So 2631 to 2638, that it is our daily resistance. Now this whole area from 2620 to about 2640 is a confluence area for sales, just because it is a daily support, now officially being tested as daily resistance. So from your daily to your hourly time frame, let's see what we have here. I'm gonna just drag this a little closer. Okay. It is gonna be a little sketch. We have our main support down here at around 25.90. So what I'm looking at, just because this is our daily resistance, and I don't want to do too much to confuse myself or anyone who may be watching this video, but I just see that the buyers are no longer having strength at this point in time in the market, because of even an example like this. Now, for those that may not use technicals, maybe this may be too much, but the way I read the market, we're definitely getting lower high points. So lower high, and then we have our daily lower high point pretty much being respected, and on the bottom side we are getting these higher lows. So higher low, higher low, higher low. So that just kind of shows that buyer strength is building up. But what is catching my attention for sales is the fact that we pretty much broke that last higher low opportunity. So even from this point, like, so we have this point here. I'll just do a dotted line here. We had the break, price rallied back up. So like, this is the main lower high. So price can definitely still push, maintain like 26.31 to 26.38 as a resistance, and then make its way back down. But we've been had that bearish transition from this top side up here. So let me use, so you see here you have support right in here, test it as resistance. Then you have support right in here, test it as minor resistance, but price came right back up. So once price came right back up, anyone who trades New York could have definitely executed buys, as this tested support along that same area of 2610. So that's another point of indication for opportunities here. But for this main sell that I am looking for, I am sold on this. So we have 0.1, yeah, 0.2, 0.3 here, and then now you're testing not only the backside, but it's going to be the second time that you test the backside of that trend line. So price can definitely give us a bearish transition on your smaller time frames right up here, which is what I'm going to be looking for. Furthermore, the only way I will be looking for buys, is if price can get above that daily resistance and test it as daily support. So if based off your hourly time frame, if we get something from this point this way, maybe test the top of this trend line opportunity, that could kind of give you more confluence, and then you could see a bullish move. Now, it doesn't have to happen this quick, but you could definitely see something similar to get moves to the upside, to maybe target these levels over here, like 26.63, and then so on, like 26.50. So like something like this is what you can definitely expect if we begin to get above that daily resistance level. So that's gonna be my gold breakdown, man. Hopefully that makes sense on my trade opportunity, and makes sense going into the new week, and how we can potentially take advantage of the moves to come. Now, if anything changes on gold, price action wise, structure wise, I will definitely be breaking it down, as I'm gonna try and be very consistent with the trades that I'm taking, just because I am because I am going to accomplish getting $500,000 in funding, and seeing where that takes me. So that's going to be the gold breakdown. Let me go ahead and jump into GJ, because GU has just been consolidating and I'm really not messing with it right now. So let's go to GJ. So GJ, I was saying that I am bullish on this pair. Now I am bullish above 196. So we are currently testing structure along this last 4-hour higher low point. Now, once price came down, tested this 4-hour higher low point, we had a bullish engulfing. So let's go ahead and track the momentum in this area. So I drew this random line because after we got that bullish engulfing, we do expect a retest in this area. So you had the engulfing, and then you had a price pull back, and gave you 2 higher low opportunities based off your 4-hour time frame. So we're going to go down to the 30-minute. Down to the 30-minute. And then we're going to see how we can execute 4 buys in this area. Now, on my last video, I was saying the only way I would execute sales is if we get like a lower high opportunity somewhere above here in this area. Just because I was looking for something more like this. Let me just give you guys an example. So I was looking for something like this to execute sales. Let me draw this a little higher. Pretty much something along the lines of this, where we get like a higher low, and then you get that main lower high, and then once you get that main lower high, you break below the trendline opportunity, and then you begin to get a test on the backside to execute for that lower high, to get to that main support. And we didn't really get that. Price kind of just plummeted below this hourly level of support. It did give you a quick retest right in here, which someone could have took advantage of for sales. So let's say if I was on this time frame, and then we have, let's just say, support right here. Price did push up after forming that support, tested the backside, gave you a higher low, and then gave you an immediate bearish engulfing, which could have been a trade to execute off of. I know this was right after like daily candle close, so this wouldn't have been the best trade to execute off of just because there was a lot of spread at this point in time. But for anyone who was trading late New York session around 10 a.m. PST, you could have definitely executed sales after that 15-minute bearish engulfing, which took about an hour and a half, and you would have seen take profit get hit for about a 1.1 to 2.8 risk to reward, which is not bad of a trade. So let me go ahead and delete this. So now what I'm looking for, just because we already had like that bearish confirmation for this transition, we're gonna wait for a higher low point to form and hold in this area. So we got the formation, now we're gonna wait for it to hold. So as 4 hours creating this resistance, we're gonna wait for support to hold and find an area to execute off of and put our stop loss below. So right in here, so I'll wait for price to maybe pull back to 196.500 to 196.250 to get that 30-minute higher low opportunity to complement the 4-hour time frame, so we get that main entry to then push right back up to like 199 levels. So we'll see how that plays out, man. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's gonna be my breakdown for today. If you guys watched this full video, I appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys were able to make some money today. Hopefully you guys are able to make some money going into tomorrow's session as well. Today is New Year's, man, so I wish you guys the best of luck. Hopefully you guys have a happy New Year's, man, and I'll see you guys on the next video.